All right, let's go. So where are we? Hey, Sleepy Mushroom, what's up? How are you? Make the world expansion work. Are you updating the mesh from the cubes to plain mesh? Yes, yes. So I don't know the latest you've seen. Hey, Speed Boosty, what's up? So I don't know what the latest you've seen is. If it is the tutorial, the cube tutorial, I've made a few changes. So now it looks like this. So I made it into not a plain mesh, but this is an array mesh data structure. And I also added some, but that's not working now. So that's like one of the things I want to fix in this session, but like terraforming, so that if you click, you could like make the ground change, kind of like digging in the ground. And then also this infinite generation, I need to add it back. Now it doesn't really work, as you can see here. But yeah, so that's where we are at the moment. If it's easy to change, I might post some video about it, but it's not, I mean, the basics, or like the backbone of it is very similar. So some of the approach is very similar, but I'm just gonna find the right window here. Like generate cubes from position and so on. This thing keeps happening, but instead of like generating a cube for every position, we're actually doing some vector. We're creating triangles instead. So it took some learning, like figuring out how I should represent this as just triangles. And then also getting these triangles to show in the world, because with the cubes, it was just like one scene or like one object per cube that I placed in the scene or like in the world. But now it's just one array mesh. And this is just data in that mesh. Yeah, but it was an interesting learning experience for sure. Cool. So how is your project going? How to cull the meshes. Okay. Why do you need to do that? I thought that happened automatically. Or you want to change the culling so that they don't cull. I think there are some settings, like culling settings on these mesh objects. Right, so where were we? Without creating copies of mesh. I think that was a big one. So now, like last night when I tried to, when this was just open in the background, I was in a call. The computer ran out of memory. It used up like 60 gigabytes. And this is it stops here. Really? Now it can, okay, so it seems to be, yeah, it's definitely not working as intended. And why is there one tree only? There's tons of trees here. When it's being generated after a long distance, all the cubes stack. Oh yeah, the performance drops. Yeah, yeah. That's a limitation. So I think there's something called, I haven't gotten there yet, but there's something called what is it? It's like it's basically these areas that you're generating. Something with C. 3D procedural world generation. Chunks, I think. Yeah, I think you need to divide it into chunks. So that's something you could look at, possibly. How you would separate it from the main. Okay, how do you mean? This is the downside of taking breaks. Yesterday when I stopped, I was like, I'm this close to solving this. Now I'm like, what was I even trying to solve? I need to like load this back into my memory now. Like, would you remove the create cube and put that to its own node? Then the world gen would add the cluster based on the parameters set by the create cube. Remove the create cube. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but possibly you have some, you keep track of the chunks. So, and then you have something that there's like some active chunks, and whenever a chunk is inactive, you would remove all the cubes in that chunk, let's say. And then when you go there again, you can use the same code to generate them again because it's deterministic, since it's based on the noise for those positions. But I would Google, like, try to find some videos on chunks, because there should be some pretty good tutorials out there, I think, on how to solve that. I might try to create a tutorial on it one day when I know how to do it. And that's a problem I'm going to have to solve eventually in this project. The problem here is that package mesh. Doesn't even work at all now. What if we do this? Wait a minute. I think I need to revert some changes here. Wait. Let's, for the debugging, make the area a lot smaller. Been thinking about changing the cubes to planes, but would the performance be any better? Godot renders the back face of the mesh as well. I don't think Godot does that, actually. I think there is culling built in. Hey Jet, what's up? Did you found how to launch game in Godot with F5 in Visual Studio? No, I didn't know that. I'll try it. Okay, so now this works again. But yes, this is a problem. Let me try that. F5. I don't know how to press F5 on a Mac. Oh, debug. Maybe there's a good extension for it. Your tummy hurt. Why? Yeah, I think it's activated by default. There is a setting on the cube mesh somewhere where I think you can see that culling option or something. Primitive mesh Godot. And then you can go to box. No. Inherits mesh. Is this the one that has it? Maybe it's a material thing. Yeah, cull mode. Here you have it. It's an enum on the material. think this might help you. Oh yeah, you're in the YouTube chat. 1 second. There you go. You drank coffee with cream. Oh yeah, you're saying faces would be faster, but not a big difference. You drank coffee with cream. Are you like sensitive to something? Like lactose or something? I'm pretty sure I changed this yesterday, but generate new squares from position. Oops. No, I zoomed out way too much. Command plus. No. If Sleepy has noticeable performance issues, it's not about optimizations, but something really wrong. Oh, okay. Interesting. About the stomach. This still works. Yep, cool. Control click any symbol. Just hit F5. Didn't work for me. Seriously, just click F5. They said. It will be fun, they said. Web app. Launch. What? VS Code launch. Yeah, I don't think sugar helps. That would be weird. Okay, let's make it easy for ourselves. Let's do... So in here, Underworld generator, we'll do a child node called terrain. and we'll put it there. So we'll do var terrain and terrain node. No, that's not good. We need to call this something else then. Hey Sleepy, what's up? Let's just call it terrain node. And then, no, terrain node equals get node terrain. And the reason for this is that then we can do for get children get node. No, not get node. We already did that. So for actually, we might not need a variable for it. We can just do for get node terrain dot get children. Hey, what's up? There's a raid. It's from Foolbox. Hello everyone, what's up? How are you doing? How was your stream? Pretty good. Fixed some bugs. Nice, nice. You want to see the game? Sure, sure. It's very much a work in progress, but it's like it's supposed to be some kind of procedural world game inspired by Minecraft and Valheim. And it's very early stages. But this is okay, I can make it a bit bigger, but it's supposed to be procedurally generated like this. And now I have it like a very, very small just to test some things out because there's some bugs in the code at the moment. But if we increase this number here, all games must start somewhere. That's right. It looks a bit bigger and cooler. And so now the thing I want to solve now is to allow the user to do some terraforming where you can like dig into this mesh that we're standing on and then like add trees and these are like trees, by the way, and then some rocks and more things. So trying to get the foundation into place and then start adding some cool things with noise. So what kind of game are you building, Fullbox? You said the button group is giving me some unexpected results. Yeah, Sleepy, you can share on the Discord, like if you put up on Git, you could share something. Like share a GitHub link or something, we can have a look at it. Shapes like puzzle game. I've never heard of shapes. Yeah, do it. Do it. Looks interesting. Reminds me of Factorio or something like that. Is it the first game you're building? Automation puzzle game. Nice. Looks interesting. I'll wishlist it so I get updates. Similar to RimWorld Dwarf Fortress. Your first real commercial game. Nice. So this thing, by the way, is this game relevant for you, like similar to games you've played? Did you give this information, or do they figure it out based on algorithms? You need to follow for updates. Oh, I didn't know that. Now I know. Not really similar to RimWorld and Dwarf Fortress. Okay. You're doing a lot of... Okay, I'm back on your chat message here, Jet. I would think you're doing a lot of unnecessary computations. Generate terrain when it was already generated. It's based off tags. Yeah. Satisfactory. Captain of Industry. That sounds fun. I've never played this type of games though, but I think I would probably like them. More puzzle. Okay, cool. The other games, it might be like based on my recommend, or like what I played. I played Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld. I didn't play Satisfactory. Satronic type of game. Okay. Nice. So when are you targeting a release, and like for how long have you been building? So, get children for child in, and then we do child.q3. So we drop all of them, and then we add a new child. This way, content of the file is newer. This is new. Overwrite. For 5 months, targeting a release this year. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I've been... Okay, so this is actually expanding. And what does it look like? No, keeps... Oh, because it's not adding them in that position, by the way. Cool, yeah, I've been Like I started, I think maybe a month ago now, just new into game development. But so far I like it a lot. So we don't add the child here. We need to do to the terrain child, and then we add the child there. This should clear it every frame. This should be good. Yeah, I really like the community. That's for sure. Okay, still it expands. And I think it's a nice... What is this mesh? Are these the trees? Oh yeah, these are the trees. Okay. So that's why there are 2 of them. And now there are 3. And now we only have 1 terrain mesh. Okay, good. Yeah, I think the community is really good. Like, there's so much information out there, and people are like, I don't know, I like the combination also. It's like a combination of math, physics, art, storytelling. It's like everything. Yeah, I know the errors. They're not breaking the game yet, so I will take them later. It's like on my to-do list. But at least we got the world expansion to work. Now let's fix the terraforming. So do you usually stream when you develop, or how do you do it? Or is it like a mix? It's the 8th form of art. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Sleepy. Let me have a look after the stream. You can post it on... Oh, you have posted it on the Discord. Okay. Cool. Yeah. You stream 3 hours on the weekday. But you also work on your overlay. What do you mean? What's that? I work on my overlay. Oh, okay. Nice, nice. Welcome back. Speed Boosty. Okay, so why is the terraforming not working? I think it's simply because we are using the mesh data tool, while we should use something else. Let me have a look at that overlay. Is that some too much?
Someone saved Fullbox from hanging upside down. Worried about his drink? Yeah, all the blood is getting to my head.
Oh, nice.
I'm starting. Oh, I'm levitating.
How have you done that? That's so cool.
Flying. Yes, I do be flying.
I'm getting dizzy by watching it.
Box.
Nice. Oh, you made it in Godot. Nice. Connect Godot to OBS via WebSockets. Cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I just try to keep it simple here. As you saw, I don't even have a raid notification. I think if I would have been on my PC, there would have been a notification, because there I have like a simple overlay. But on this one, it's like very clean. Yeah, you noticed. That's cool. Yeah, I was thinking about doing something like that, like having points that you can do some interesting stuff with the points. It's on my it's in my backlog. All right. So if we try to build, I don't think we need to use this at all. Or yeah, we do need to use the mesh data tool, because we're getting the face index from our ray trace. And target vertex ID, get face vertex. I wrote this a few days ago. I already forgot what it does, so I need to read it through again. Get face vertex, and then we have the face index. And then yes, so we need to get the 3 vertices for that face. So we loop through all 3 of them. Cool. Yeah, see you around, fool. And then, yeah, we set the target vertex, the one we're looking at. And then for, oh yes, and then we use the map, get vertices at XC, target vertex, X and C. And that's going to give us all the vertices that are in that position, not only for the triangle we're looking at, but for all of them that are intersecting at that point, because we need to move all of them. We change the Y position by -1. And here is where we need to change, I think. What if I just do here? So on the terrain.vertices, okay, I guess we can still use the mesh data tool to get. No, but it doesn't make sense. Let's do world generator dot. Hey Versut, how are you doing? So we do world generator dot terrain dot, no, terrain dot vertices and then try to access it by array index vertex ID. Can we just do .y plus equals -1 like that? And then all of this we can ignore. Mesh instance, get children, queue free, create tri-mesh collision. I think we can ignore this because this is going to happen on every frame now anyway. Let's see what this does. Yeah. So Versut, I'm coding I can show you now because I wanted to test if this is working. Wait, assignment is not allowed. Oh yeah, of course, put in an expression. That should be good enough. So it's like a game inspired by like Minecraft and Valheim. So like a exploration game where there's like an endlessly expanding world, which is randomly generated with some interesting stuff like trees, stones, animals, monsters, and you're like building stuff, crafting weapons or tools. And I don't really know yet like what the end game will be like. Okay, so this is still working. But that's something I think I'm kind of trying to just explore as I go. So does the terraforming work? No, doesn't. Like Rust? I have actually not played Rust. But yes, from what I heard, that's similar as well. So, oh, wait a minute. It does stuff here. Okay, so something is happening, just in the wrong place. Yeah, it's just terraforming here with a lot of triangles. This is not working as expected. So is this actually working? Get vertices. And the vertex map. Index. Wait. What does the index do? Why is it called index? when we're calling this, yeah, we're doing that here. Length of terrain dot vertices -1. Oh, that's... Wait, append index. Oh, yeah. We are just storing the indexes. Or the indices. Indices. Vertices. Hypotheses. So this is actually to vertex indices. Why is it not working? What is this, by the way? Get face meta. We're just getting null here. Was that the case earlier? Or not? Let's print out some stuff here. Let's print the ray target. Hey. So we are getting face indices here. Whoa. And what is that doing again? Get face meta. Mesh data tool. Metadata associated with a given face. I'm not sure if that ever worked, to be honest. Hey. Hey, Daniel, what's up? Let's delete this. Let's compare what we are getting when we try to just access it with the vertex ID here. So let's not change anything, but let's just print. Terrain data. We can just call it struct. Sound a bit fancy. Terrain struct. And just do that. And then print. So at least it worked to change something. But that something was the wrong thing. And then we do mesh data tool dot get vertex. Vertex ID. Yeah. Mesh data tool. What does this give us? So I press here. Why are they all 0? Nej. Maybe there's something here. Why don't I copy a bunch of code from the internet and then fix it? Do you have any code you suggest that I copy? I mean, there's many reasons why I don't do that, but first of all, I don't really know what code to use or like what would solve it. And then I prefer to learn how it works, but I think this is too niche of a problem. Like it's too specific to what I've built up here, like my data structure. I'm not using the library in this case. Do you know how to program an AI? What kind of AI do you mean? It is time consuming, you're right. But yeah. So something is up with the mesh data tool. What if we once... It's mostly self-learning. I didn't study computer science or anything like that. So in the process, let's skip this to see if the regeneration is what is killing the mesh data tool. It's not going to generate anything new. No, still just 0, 0. I didn't click at 0 this time. Really? What about you, Versot? Are you doing any game development? Or what brought you here? Do I need to do clear or something? I think this feels very overwhelming at the moment. I'm probably gonna need to do some refactoring to make this work. Because like we get the face ID, right? Let's uncomment this. And then let's print the ray target dot face index. You want to learn database and AI in the future? Go for it. There's tons of material out there. And those are both very useful technologies. So what am I expecting now? There is somewhere between here and here, I think, that this breaks. So let's target in on that. Yeah, we got a face ID. Let's print target vertex ID. Oh. Target vertex. So this should be an actual vertex value. That's going to be interesting to see what that has. -1. What? That means nothing, I guess. It's getting the world generator at MDT. So then something is wrong earlier in the chain. Do I need to do clear? No, didn't help. How are you generating the world? Is it all generated at the start or does it generate as you walk? Both, actually. So at the moment, I think it does generate as I walk now. Just, yeah, it does. And I keep it very short, just like the distance that it generates, just to see this effect, like to be able to debug it. But we can make that into whatever we want. I think there will be some limitations with memory and so on later, but yeah. For now, keeping it small. Yeah. Yep. Using noise. So this is Perlin noise. There's a built-in function or like class in Godot, fast noise light, that I'm using as the basis for the height, or like the basis of everything you see basically. Height, color, and the trees' positions are all based on that noise data. Yeah, these are trees, by the way. So what I'm trying to solve now is like why when I'm clicking. So I have a ray tracing like from the screen down into where I'm looking. So I want to be able to terraform, like dig in the ground. So when I push here, I want this to change the land, but it doesn't work at the moment. So we're targeting face ID 364. But then when using the mesh data tool, we're not getting back the right index. We used to. Gör det. Inte än. Jag vet inte. Några timmar.
Vi pratade om det du skrev på chatt.
Nej. What if I do this? No, why would that make a difference? I think we can remove some printing here, by the way. Hmm? And I'm surprised that this doesn't work at all. Right, let's just do pass here. So even here it doesn't work. It runs only once. Generate new squares. We're putting it all into vertices, colors, and normals. Global variables. And then we're doing array mesh new. Pushing it all into this array of arrays. These are just translated to numbers, by the way, I think. But it makes it easier to read with the enums. Add surface from arrays. I think this isn't working. Okay, let's check some earlier versions of the code. Oh, GitLab, no. Oh, create from surface. Maybe that's it. Mesh instance, array mesh, standard material, color, set surface override material. They were naming it. This is new, but okay. That's one difference. Okay, nice. Now we're actually getting some data back. Perfect. Okay. Does this work? So if we take this, run it on every frame again. World is expanding. And we're getting some data back. Perfect. Now let's see what happens. Go into player and do this thing. .y minus equals. I don't know why, but plus equals minus 1 just feels better than minus equals 1. Yes. Or wait a minute. No. It's not perfect. I mean, it kind of works. But what happened over here? That's not supposed to happen. The holes are much... They don't feel the same as when I did this with the mesh data tool. Get vertices out. Okay, by the way, let's debug this then. Is there a difference in the vertices we get? They're all the same. Yes, of course they're all the same, by the way. So maybe the issue why there are holes in the ground is in get vertices at XZ. Possibly. All right. Plus dot y plus equals 1 minus 1. Why was it glitching? Was it because I'm... Oh, that's why. Okay. Makes sense. It was because I moved something on the border. So if I move this thing, of course that's gonna happen. Okay, then there's an explanation for it. So like now, there's gonna be a big hole here. Of course. Cool. So it actually works then. Nice. Nice. Progress. Can remove the printing here. That's awesome. That's really cool. This is great. All right, so what's next then? There is something I was thinking about. I have a hard time getting up from here. Is so yeah, that's a big success. Something I was thinking about was an FPS counter. Just to get a sense of that. Like the... just gonna double check, by the way, what it looks like in remote now. So these are the trees. By the way, just for cleanliness, I'm gonna move the trees into their own scene. Into their own node. Trees. And get node trees dot add child. Oh, by the way, there is this bug Nice. This looks clean. Oh no, that actually doesn't happen anymore. The bug with that it cannot find the tree resource. Maybe that solved that. Huh. Nice. Okay, let's, by the way, push this code. Player. What were the changes to main? Oh yeah, we added some new nodes, I think. Git commit. Fix terraforming and infinite generation. Oops. Oh, right. And in. What? Have you ever tried competitive programming? No, I haven't. Have you? Right. Just gonna get some water. You won some small competition in your country. Nice. What kind of competition? What are they like, those competitions? This is interesting. So in the game dev Discord, so there's some back and forth. Do you know what this does? It looks like terrible code. Yeah, this is my code. For X in range, you really shouldn't reassign the X then. Oh. Yeah, maybe I should fix that. Oh, can you write it like this? Budged flat plane. 3D structure with wall caves. Zombies type game. Oh, nice. But a collision plane mesh doesn't really exist. Yeah, chunks. That's what I'm probably gonna refactor to eventually. You're rewriting the whole system. Got it, got it. So how are you gonna do it? For the loop rules making in the tutorial code. So I have an idea. I have an idea what the FPS counter would work like. It's probably gonna be, you just take the delta value basically. And from that you get an FPS in the process function. I think this is a time value. Print delta. Yeah. That sounds about right. So if we would take, we want no frames per second. So 1 divided by delta, right? So if we have seconds, here's some basic arithmetics. Seconds per frame. But we want frames per second. Wait. This shouldn't be difficult. So FPS, but this is just going to give us 1, right? If we do FPS equals, this is just writing the same thing in different ways. So times frames, divide by seconds. No. But anyway, this is scary. Why can't I figure this out? This shouldn't be difficult. But basically we have a second. Yeah, 1 divided by time to render frame. So yeah, that's what I wrote. Good. So you have a second, and then like how many frames can you fit in it? And so I want to like mathematically derive it, but I can't. All right, I think I know now. Because we have this, seconds per frame, and a way we can turn this upside down so we get frame per second is to divide it by 1. So we have 1 divided by second per frame, which is the seconds that we're getting out, which is equal to turning it upside down, and it becomes frame per second. Yes, so that's why. So yes, 1 divided by seconds per frame. Good. Did I not save it? Okay, this is not great. 35 FPS. And it's just gonna keep decreasing, I guess. So maybe that's the next thing to try to achieve some better frame rate. I also probably don't want it to max out at 60, honestly. I want to get a more data on how it's actually performing. And I think it does max out at 60. Let's make a minimal world here. Yeah. Why is it 40 now? Okay. Let's print this on the screen instead. I think this is control, right? Like label or something. FPS. Oh, by the way, should probably move it. Down here or something. Just gonna see what this looks like. Yeah, good. So, and this is text. Text equals 1 divided by delta. I don't really know the good syntax for this. plus FPS. Okay, nice. And then in here, let's actually format the number a bit. Reduce the amount of digits. Let's try to use our friend ChatGPT for that. In GD script, how do I format a string number to show 2 digits maximum? Okay, format. No, that's not how it works. Is it dot format maybe? Oh, number and then format. Okay. No, I don't. Trust these chat messages from GPT. Decimal places. Add. There we go. Probably just copy paste that. Call this then FPS. 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 One divided by delta. We can give it parentheses just for cleanliness. Cool. Can probably make that number a bit bigger. Label settings. Font. Let's do like 30. Yeah, that looks cool. Right, so let's fix this. First, let's push the... So we can remove the printing from world generator. Where is it? Oh, right, we didn't write out FPS. Oh. Oh. No, wait, std out. Every second. No. So it says here there is no max FPS. Doesn't seem to work. Godot limit FPS. 5 years ago. Engine.max FPS. Advanced settings, yeah. So what if I set this to 100 then? So maybe 60 is actually the what I'm getting, but that sounds too even. Like, let's try once to... I think this is the main culprit when it comes to performance, that it's like generating new things every single frame. Trying to generate new things every single frame. No, so it's still capped at 60. Wait. Why is the FPS still so low? $56. It's not even running that thing anymore. Hey Joey, what's up? You could first use snapped F to sort of truncate the number, then turn it into a string with string. That's what you're trying to do. Oh, okay. What's the difference? I've never used snapped F. VSync on. Oh yeah, I think I actually do. 1 second. Guess this is working, yeah. But it's not the right mic. Do you know how to make an offline game online? Not really, no. I haven't really done that. What does vertical sync even do? Disabled? Happens now? Yeah, now it's... Still pretty bad FPS. There we go. Now it works. Cool, cool, cool. Looks pretty low though. Should I increase it? No, there is some gain. I'm looking at the microphone now, but it looks okay. Getting a bit discouraged by the low FPS. Why is it so low? What am I doing on every frame? Am I doing some crazy things? Get player position. If player, that's unnecessary now. I think. FPS. Let's put this at 0. So it's at like 120. Does this add any overhead? Not really. But I mean, I'm playing this on a Mac. It's not maybe the best gaming device. Let me push this. I'm gonna try this on my PC that I have next to me. I'm opening up the command prompt. Finding the path. fetching. No, this is an old version. The game. Git branch. No, git status. I think I'm in the wrong branch. Oh. Git stash. Git pull. Oh, I didn't add FPS. Git commit, add the FPS script. Okay, my computer, my gaming laptop has like 70 FPS here. Surprisingly high. Or surprisingly low, I mean. So performance issues. Performance optimization might have to become a thing earlier than I thought. Debug. Will it be faster if I remove the visible collision shapes? Not really. Okay. I think I will take a little break and continue at some other point. But thank you so much for watching. Let's see what's up for next time. Maybe some performance optimizations, or like just understanding a bit more about why the FPS is so low, considering there's basically nothing there yet. Just very, very simple. Very, very simple triangles. Maybe it's something with the light. I don't know. Have to tinker a bit with that. And then also there's some stuff to do with, okay, so this is done now. Resource gathering. Oh, this is actually done. Detach landscape data from the mesh. It's completed. So maybe resource gathering. Some refactoring. Remove boxes. This is not relevant anymore. Design a beautiful landscape. This is still, I mean, this is not really a, this is more of a high level thing, right? Can push that out of the board for now. Design the interactions with the landscape. Design the interactions. Let's move that out for now. It's not clear enough what that actually means. I think this also goes out. Performance optimization want to be at 100 FPS plus. Considering I'm on I mean it's a MacBook Air, but still, this so far should be a very accessible game. I think top of the list would be refactoring at this point. Then some performance optimization. And then something I want to do at some point is like terraforming. Allows digging tunnels. Look into marching cubes. This would be cool to build out. Like chop down a tree and collect wood, for example. Like add an animal. Add stones. Add capability to build a simple structure. Like what's the word for that in English? Koja. Hut or den. Den. Hut. Maybe hut is what I mean. No, this is what I meant. This. Something like that is like the first house you can build. Den. Let's call it den. Like a den of branches. So yeah, some thinking on this. Needs to marinate a bit. And then next time, let's go in with full force and keep building. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. And see you next time. Bye-bye.